When it comes to going solar, people usually think the biggest questions are, how many panels do I need? What's my payback period? And what inverter should I choose? And while these things matter, the real decision, the one that determines whether your solar experience is smooth or a complete headache, almost always comes down to the company you choose to work with. Solar is not a small commitment. You're signing a multi-year agreement. You're attaching equipment to your roof, and you're trusting a company to be there if something goes wrong 5, 10, even 15 years down the line. And every year, as part of my job, I take time to look through industry news, consumer complaints, BBB filings, and overall trends to see what's changing. Recently, SlashGear published an article that really stood out because it highlighted something I've seen repeatedly in real-world situations. Certain companies consistently generate a high volume of very similar consumer complaints. Not random one-off problems, but patterns. Now, this video isn't about attacking anyone. I want to be very clear about that. I'm simply giving commentary on publicly available data that SlashGear compiled from the Better Business Bureau, TrustPilot, and court records. Everything we're talking about here is already out there for homeowners to read, but most people never dig this deep. So if you're thinking about going solar in 2026, this information might save you a lot of frustration down the road. One of the companies that came up in the article was Sunrun, which shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who's been around the solar space. Sunrun is huge. They've got door-to-door teams, mall kiosks, online ads, Costco partnerships, you name it. And despite having an A+ BBB rating on the surface, SlashGear pointed out that Sunrun has accumulated over 1,000 consumer complaints, with many homeowners describing these same issues. Difficulty reaching support after installation, frustration with billing, delays in service, and repairs that drag on for months. TrustPilot tells the same story, with 1-star reviews forming the bulk of the feedback. And then there are the lawsuits, some from customers who claim they were misled, and some initiated by Sunrun when customers tried to back out of their contracts. Again, this is all documented. None of this is my personal opinion, but when patterns like this show up in multiple platforms, it's something people should pay attention to. The article also talked about sunpower, which is interesting because sunpower used to be the luxury brand of solar until their bankruptcy in 2024. They offered premium panels, premium name, premium pricing, but according to SlashGear's reporting, SunPower's actually lost its BBB accreditation after failing to respond to over 100 consumer complaints. They now sit at a D+ with more than 1,200 complaints filed in a 3-year span. TrustPilot isn't much better, with an overwhelming number of 1-star reviews, and the themes are identical. Customers love the equipment, but have a hard time getting support, getting warranty claims processed, or getting clear communication. On top of that, SunPower has been involved in several lawsuits ranging from employment disputes to customers claiming contract issues. Again, all publicly information, but it paints a picture of a company struggling on the surface side while still carrying the reputation of being premium. And then SlashGear mentioned Zemper Solaris. Their branding is strong, veteran-owned, patriotic, very identity-driven marketing. And they actually do have an A+ rating with the BBB, with accreditation, but the article noted that Zemper still shows hundreds of complaints on the BBB site and a massive number of 1-star reviews on TrustPilot. A lot of those complaints revolved around installation problems or delays in getting service afterwards. Several customers reported roof leaks that they felt weren't properly addressed. And while Zemper doesn't have the lawsuit volume of the bigger companies, there is at least one class action case involving allegations that the company recorded customer calls without proper consent. Again, not my words, this is all publicly available information, but when a company markets itself heavily on trust and values, homeowners expect that trust to extend into the service experience as well. Here's the thing, this article resonated because I've seen these stories firsthand, not just with companies mentioned, but across the industry in general. Homeowners call me after the sale is done. The panels are installed, and now they can't get answers. They can't get someone back on site. They can't get support when the system stops reporting. Or their roof starts leaking, and now they're caught between the installer, the roofer, and the warranty department. And for a lot of people, these issues don't show up until year 2 or year 3, long after that salesperson who signed them up has moved on. This is why I always tell people the equipment is important, the design is important, but the service behind the system is everything. And going into 2026, that's becoming even more true. We're heading into an era where batteries, smart panels, EV charging, and home backup systems are becoming standard. That means more wiring, more programming, more complexity, and more opportunities for things to go wrong if the company behind the install isn't built to handle long-term support. And this is exactly why working with someone who understands the entire landscape, not just one product line or one financing option, matters. At Renewable Innovations, I'm not tied to one manufacturer. I'm not locked into one lender. I'm not paid commission based on what system you choose. My entire job is to protect homeowners from situations like the ones highlighted in that SlashGear article. I help you analyze contract, compare your quotes honestly, choose reputable installers, and build a system that's designed properly from day one. I help you avoid fine print traps and production guarantees with loopholes, the escalating lease agreements, and the service nightmares that so many homeowners find out about too late. And whether you work with me or not, I strongly encourage every homeowner going into 2026 to research the companies they're talking to. Don't just read the brochure or listen to the sales pitch. Go to the BBB and actually scroll through the complaints. Go to the California State Licensing Board and check for any issues. Look at how many are resolved, not just how many exist. Go to TrustPilot and read what people are saying about their experience 1, 2, or 3 years later. Search publicly available lawsuits, and don't be afraid to ask the company hard questions about service timeline, warranty coverage, and who actually performs the repairs. Solar is an incredible investment when it's done right, but when it's done wrong, it becomes the most stressful home improvement project you'll ever take on. And that's why conversations like this matter. Not to scare people away from solar, but to help them avoid becoming another complaint buried inside a website that nobody checks. If you found this helpful and you want an unbiased set of eyes on your project, you can reach out to me directly using the link in the description below. I'm here to help you design your system, compare quotes, and make sure your solar investment actually works the way it's supposed to. I'm Dale with Renewable Innovations. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next one.